All right, fight fans, special guest joining us now, multi-division world champion, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, Mr. Lomachenko.
What's up, champ?
Hey, hi.
Thanks for joining us. See, your name is so big that we don't even have to introduce you by Vasiliy Lomachenko, just Lomachenko. Everybody knows you. It's been
Loma,
4
you
years.
just say Loma and that's it.
Yeah, Loma. It's been 4 years since we last had a conversation with you after the Pedrosa fight. I'm not sure if you remember, in New York City. A lot has happened since then.
Да, знаете, вы известный боксер, да, вас можно просто сказать Лома, и все прекрасно знают, да, на Западе. 4 года назад мы с вами встречались после поединка против Педросы в городе Нью-Йорке. Не знаю, помните, нет? Сейчас
конечно,
вопрос.
я помню, конечно.
Of course I remember.
Несмотря на то, что я боксер, и, конечно, я помню.
Well, despite the fact that I'm a boxer, I still remember.
You haven't taken that many punches yet, I guess.
Да. Но вы не пропускали, да, так много ударов, так что, да.
Look, with all the things that you've gone through recently, I'm not going to get into details about the wars or anything, but there's been, you've gone through a lot recently. So how has that changed you as an individual, right? And if so, is it something that you're going to carry moving forward into your fights? Whatever you've experienced with your country, are you going to carry that moving forward?
Тут нужно разделять. Как человека оно меня поменяло, как боксера, вряд ли что-то поменялось. Я также люблю этот вид спорта, я также отдаюсь этому виду спорта, и у меня осталась та же цель в этом виде спорта.
I think we have to differentiate here. That whole situation, of course, changed me as an individual, but it did not change me as a boxer. I'm the same boxer with a love of boxing, with the dedication, and with the goals that I want to achieve.
So that same boxer is one of the best boxers in the world. You're one of the few people who have losses, but still on a pound for pound list. Most of those guys are undefeated. I want to know which loss hurt you the most, and what was your best performance in your career?
Опять же, в списке лучших из лучших я остаюсь, несмотря на поражение, потому что лучший из лучших боксер, он считается не по поражениям, он считается по навыкам бокса, определяется по навыкам бокса. Поэтому я там до сих пор нахожусь. Самый поединок, который разочаровал меня, но и в то же время, который дал мне мотивации, это поединок с Лопесом. Самый запоминающийся поединок. Наверное, это те поединки, в которых были сложности. Это поединок... У меня, наверное, два таких поединка. Это поединок, когда я боксировал в Макао с тайландцем с поломанной рукой, и поединок с Ленаресом, когда я боксировал с травмированным плечом.
I didn't hear one name in that long answer. I was just listening for names.
First of all, I should say that there is a reason behind me being in this pound-for-pound list despite my losses, because they don't count by losses, they count by skills, right? That's skill-based. Speaking about the most disappointing fight, and at the same time, the fight that motivated me most is my fight against Teofimo Lopez. Speaking about the most memorable fights, I think I'm talking about two fights in my career because they were difficult fights, and that's why the fight in Macau against the Thai boxer where I had to fight with an injured hand, and the fight against Linares when I had a shoulder injury.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're somebody that we always say, even though you had a short career, you probably are already a Hall of Fame fighter.
Спасибо, это приятно слышать, потому как в профессиональной карьере у меня цель была сделать все для того, чтобы попасть в историю, и это как раз делаете те люди, которые следят и освещают поединок. Вы принимаете, в принципе, это решение и доносите до людей, которые живут боксом, о наших результатах.
Thank you very much, and that's very inspiring. And my goal to turn professional is to go into history. And the fact that you appreciate my wins, and you explain it to the people who follow boxing means a lot. I appreciate
no question. I agree with Barack. Loma, let's talk about some names in the lightweight division. Going into the first time Devin Haney fought Kambosos, did you envision that fight going that way? Did you see Devin outboxing Kambosos easily, even after the way he beat Teofimo? What was your, going into that fight, what was your assessment?
В первом поединке я абсолютно был уверен в том, что Хейни его победит, потому как, боксерский класс Хейни, он выше Камбососа.
I was absolutely certain that Haney is going to win that first fight against Kambosos because his class, his skill level is much higher than Kambosos'.
Is it true? Is it true that the rumor around is saying that Haney has a 3-fight deal with Top Rank and ESPN, and that you're next on the list if you get past Jamaine Ortiz? Is that indeed going to be the next fight?
Я слышал об этих слухах тоже.
I heard those rumors as well.
I understood that.
Это понятно, что вы слышали.
You said you had a shoulder injury when you fought Teofimo Lopez, right? And you wanted a rematch so you could prove yourself. So, but were you upset when Kambosos got to be the first one to beat Teofimo Lopez?
Я был очень удивлен, когда Камбосос выиграл у Лопеса. Я не мог в это поверить. Во-первых, я не мог поверить в то, что произошло в первом раунде. Наверное, это был вот как раз первый раунд, он был решающим и, в принципе, определяющим исхода этого поединка.
I could not predict what happened during that fight. I could never imagine that Kambosos could win, and I was very much surprised by what happened in round one. We all remember, and I believe that was the decisive round. That the round that kind of like paved the way for the entire fight.
И, конечно, Камбосос перемешал все карты в тот момент.
Yeah, and Kambosos, he muddied the waters. He muddied the waters for everyone.
He did. Listen,
wow.
We know that you chase legacy. You want world titles. You want undisputed, right? But in the lightweight division, there are also big fights that the general public wants to see, right? Like Gervonta Davis. Maybe if Ryan Garcia beats Gervonta Davis. There are a lot of big names in the lightweight division. Are you still interested in those fights, even though they don't entail championships?
Это зависит от того, говорим ли мы сейчас, приходится ли мне выбирать между либо я боксирую за абсолютного, за все 4 пояса, либо я выбираю какой-то большой поединок. Я отвечу сразу, я буду выбирать там, где пояса. После того, как пройдет этот шанс, получится, не получится, и после этого можно ли будет организовать большой поединок, то, конечно, я возьму его.
If we're talking about the situation when I have to choose between fighting an undisputed versus just getting a better fight from the standpoint, I would definitely choose an undisputed to fight undisputed to get the belts. If we're talking about a different situation where we pass this, of course I'll be interested in bigger fights.
Right. Okay. So, we judge fighters' greatness, but sometimes by just watching, like who's better than this fighter. And I want to know your opinion just by watching. Who do you think is the better fighter? Tank, Shakur Stevenson, or Devin Haney?
Хороший и сложный вопрос. Это все на уровне догадок. Ответ на уровне догадок. Они все разные. Те 3 боксера разные, но больше шансов из них троих, это, я думаю, что будет у Стивенсона.
It's a good question and an interesting question as well. I think, but we can only guess. And At the same time, I believe that Shakur Stevenson is the boxer who has more chance among three.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you think that's your
Я
hardest
объясню.
fight? Okay.
So let me explain.
Я объясню, я хотел бы объяснить почему, потому что, смотря поединки Дэвиса, ты видишь, как он пропускает. Смотря поединки Хейни, ты видишь, как он пропускает. И он был в тяжелых ситуациях с Линаресом, он был потрясен. У Стивенсона мы пока этого не видели. Это говорит о его хорошей защите.
And the reason I'm saying that is because when you watch the fights of Davis, like you see that he allows punches. He like when you see David Haney, same thing. Like in his fight against Linares, he got hurt, while Shakur Stevenson had not found himself in difficult situations like those fighters. I think it speaks about better defense.
Но мы сможем ответить на этот вопрос только тогда, когда мы все сможем отбоксировать друг друга.
But we can only be able to answer this question when we get a chance to fight each other.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, listen,
That makes sense.
you gotta go now, Loma. First off, I want to thank you for, since your second fight, you have taken no soft touches, no easy fights, including this one coming up with Jamaine Ortiz, undefeated fighter. So good luck, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.